In this lesson, I want to have a look at the way in which we can control the configuration of documents and reports within Sage CRM. And now this is something that is going to affect everything from the behavior of the graphing areas within interactive dashboard, summary charts which are called from the main screen of CRM, through to when we as a user want to be able to load up documents from inside the library associated with a particular record. And you can see here that it's currently retrieving the information from all these current opened opportunities. I'm just going to close that screen and switch across into the administration screen so we can start looking at these settings. Now I've come into the administration screen as the system administrator, and I'm going to go down into email and documents, into documents and reports configuration. What we see here are the range of different options that we can control. Some of these are to do with the location that our files can be found in. You see that the first settings here are all about the location of the library. We need to be aware of this if we want to be able to reference and build paths in some customizations that we carry out. Also, if we want to start moving the library to a different physical location other than the default install location. Now, here you can see these are where I've been starting to look at library information, storing information into the system through the result of mail merges, but it's not just covering mail merge information, but it's also the physical directories of where we can find physical reports, and that's going to have an effect for reports which are driven as a result of crystal reports. So here, if we are thinking about changing any of these settings, then it's important that we also refer to the online documentation and help files which talk through each of the options in here and how we would go about configuring the reports and documents area. And you can see that the path to the help file is found underneath the community site www.sagecrm.com/admin help, and you can then look up the latest information about how to carry out any of the changes that you need to. We can see here that we can control the experience of time that we have for reporting, and there is an override if we are a system administrator, so that system administrators are not limited by that particular report timeout, and not only is there a report timeout limit that we can set, we can also set a limit as far as the physical size is returned, rather than just simply timing out in seconds. We have information here that we can specify as far as the document sync server, if we have moved it off onto a different server other than the main IIS server, and we can specify the port that we're using to allow the documents to be retrieved. Other information that we see here is about crystal reports, and I will cover more information about crystal reports in another lesson. And we see information about the way in which the Adobe Acrobat tool is used to allow us to generate out the PDF files. That's not covered in a lesson, rather than that is covered in documentation, and there are articles about how the Adobe Acrobat converter is used to generate the PDF files as a result of reporting and summary reports. The impersonated user, an impersonated user domain, and in impersonated user password. This is to allow us to use the ID of the administrator of the local machine, so that if we need to carry that through. The last thing that we have here is the export file available on search and groups, and send email available on search and groups. This allows us to specify who exactly, based on their roles, and the 3 roles inside Sage CRM are the all users, info manager and administrator only, and this controls whether or not when we as a user go to look at a saved search or we look at a group, whether or not we're able to carry out a batch task like sending an email to everybody within that group, or sending a mail merge to everybody within that group. So if I look at this particular group, you'll see that currently my permissions allow me to carry out a email and an export to this group. You can see that that would be export to file is controlled there, and so is send email is controlled there. So those are the general settings that allow us to control the behavior of documents and reports inside Sage CRM.